Here I got the whole steering column apart. Hopefully I can put it together. Hello everybody. So here I'm doing some more work on this F150. So there's two things I want to address. So we got steering wheel play, and then also the ignition switch. Something's wrong with the adjustment either in the rod here in the ignition, because it kicks back. I already tried to do the adjustment back there. Gotta have a puller though to pull the steering wheel, so I got me a kit. So I got my bolts inserted there. Okay, got the steering wheel off. We can see we got the play in there. I'm gonna take those Phillips head screws next. So just got a snap ring plier set. So this thing has 3 screws or 3 bolts, and they clip like this. So this holds this assembly. Alrighty, got that bolted down. Went ahead and greased the slide for the ignition, so I shall pass that through. There we go. My 3 screws for. Alrighty, so while pushing everything together, so my spring's okay, I kind of had to get a screwdriver to push this steering wheel position lock into place, and then lined up the holes and those little pins. They just push in there, and now I gotta try to pull the shaft to line up with the bearings. So another problem that the truck had was when I was turning my ignition switch, it would kick back, and because we got a spring mechanism here. The problem was that this wasn't lined up properly, so I suspect at one point in time maybe the lock cylinder got replaced, this was removed, and the trick is for me to line up the last tooth here with the first tooth here. That way I'll have the proper operation. So as I was saying, turning the switch all the way back and make the last gear contact the first gear, and then after that I got the rod hooked up to this assembly, push this back in. Now I'm fixing to bolt it up. Well, that's it. Got the steering wheel assembly bolted up, minus the steering wheel, but my ignition switch works now, so it's properly aligned. My steering tilt works now, so I can pull this back and tilt it. So hopefully this was helpful. I didn't make a video tearing it all down apart, but even going back and seeing how I went back, you might be able to look through it and see that, because just reverse the procedure. So I'm gonna clean up my piece of that dash there, because I did some spray painting, and this is my old housing. So we got a lot of play by the bearing surfaces and the housing. So that's how I got my steering wheel play addressed. So yeah, I did all this work for 3 things really. My ignition switch wasn't properly lined up, so I'd have to hold the ignition switch if I wanted to have the truck running. So now I can let off of it, the truck stays running, so improper alignment of the gears. And got my steering wheel play fixed. The tilt function works now, and at the same time give it a little painting. So I painted the steering shaft here and the housing, so just give it a clean up, and greased the mechanisms as well.